Good afternoon, class. Today's video is a little bit different because in this one I'm going to use a bunch of props and I'm going to be explaining in detail how to do the Ionic Compound Lab. So, first thing we need to do is you need to start with these. Okay, let's take a look, get a good close look at that. This is the Ionic Compound papers that you were given on the Ionic Compound Lab. It's a PDF attached to the Ionic Compound Lab. It's so you can find it there. You would need to print that yourself, or possibly you can draw that, because all you really need to do is to take a piece of paper and then copy this image. Now, of course, if you think that's not what I just showed on the video is not a very good quality picture to take it just straight from this screen, that's okay, because it is attached to Google Classroom, so you can use that as your template if you're looking for that. But once you've done that, then we come to the next portion where my next set of props comes in. So let's say I've made my compound and it looks like this, just a regular rectangle thing. What I'm going to do now there's two ways to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to punch a hole or take a pencil and you're going to poke a hole through it. Now either you could have cut a hole and stuck the pencil through like this, because and this kind of appeals to two different demographics. This is more of the civilized manner in which you would make your ionic compound, or if you're a little bit more of a savage like me, and you know which demographic I'm talking about, you would take your piece of paper, you would take your pencil like this, and you would just simply brute force it through. Like so. So that's the first part of this video where you've created your compound and then you're ready to have it race down the track. In the next part, I'm going to take you over there to where the track is, and I'll show you what it looks like to race it down the track. Good afternoon, class. In this portion of the video, what I'd like to do is to show you what it looks like once you actually have your ionic compound ready to race. What I do want to emphasize, though, especially in this portion of the video when I demonstrate this portion is only going to be done in class. This portion by itself, which has the round robin table in the lab report and all of that with the wins and losses category, all of that is simply for bonus points. Whereas the rest of the lab you would have to actually write out and work through and answer all of the questions that are a part of that lab. But for this portion of the lab, so if you're not in class when we do this part of the lab, don't worry about it. This part is specifically for bonus points because because this can only be done when we're all here. So if you missed this class for any reason, don't worry about it. This is fine. But if you are looking to do this, what you would do is you would take your paper, your compound like this, give it a little bit of a twist like so, and let it roll down this ramp. Now, as you will see, this ramp is made of two meter sticks and a couple of stacks of books that are different heights. Now, do you have all of this stuff at home? I don't know. But if you have this materials, obviously you may not have a meter stick, but you could have maybe a binder. Maybe you could have, other stacks of books that with an edge you can put, at an angle like this. Those are different ways to work through this. So if you're looking for a way to do this at home, possibly just to get the idea of what that race would have been like, then this is an option for you. So that concludes the demonstration of how to do the Ionic Compound Lab. Good luck on the lab report, and I'll see you at the races.